Going back to 1997, we started working on shorebirds here in the Plover Lakes region. That was part of my dissertation work. That's when we first started working on snowy plovers. Since then, during my time here and when I was at another position, we've had 3 other graduate students, not including Kristen, who've worked and done their graduate work on snowy plovers here in the region, ranging from population estimates, nest success or survival, to heavy metal contaminant work. And so Kristen's work is a follow-up to try to piece some of these different projects together. Over that time, we've captured, marked, and banded over almost 1,500 snowy plovers out of this particular region, including Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. And so now the current focus is looking at migratory connectivity and population structuring of snowy plovers here in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico, and how they're connected to areas on the Texas coast and Gulf Coast.
So what we're doing right now is we're looking at snowy plover movement. No one really knows in this region where snowy plovers are moving during the breeding season. So some people have noticed on the West Coast that females will fly 50 kilometers after nesting, after a nest failure. But we don't know here if they do that. So our field site's pretty broad, all the way from Oklahoma, New Mexico, to the panhandle of Texas, sort of the southern high plains region. And we're looking at where they're going, when they're going, who's going. So females, males, juveniles, anything we can catch. Their nests are very cryptic, but when you find them, you can actually set these nets up around their nest and tie a pin with a string, and you go hide with the string, and when the adult comes back, this net doesn't really bother them. They'll go sit on the eggs anyway. That compulsion is really strong. They'll sit on the eggs, and we sort of just release that pin, and it traps them in there. We get them out really quickly, and we're using what's called the Modus Wildlife Tracking Network. So this is an array of automated telemetry towers, and that's a fancy phrase basically for radio towers that just passively track transmitters that we attach to snowy plovers. So we can tell when they go from one tower to another, and we're setting up these towers at each of our field sites. So snowy plover habitat is saline lakes in this region, and so we've put up 6 so far, and we put them at saline lakes. The transmitters that we're putting on snowy plovers are these little guys. They're called avian nanotags. They weigh less than a gram. We put them on over their legs. This is called a leg loop harness. And they wear it sort of like a little backpack. The antenna goes along their tail and kind of towards the ground and transmit the signal. They last for 5 to 6 months. They're designed to eventually fall off, but we will catch them again, hopefully, and remove them next season.